I think that's the heart. The envision. A patriot in terms of cyberspace is somebody who believes very simply in the vision that everybody, everywhere, has a right to know. This has never been a right that was promulgated by any nation state because it was impossible to convey. Now it is possible to convey. It is within our reach as a species to create a communications network that makes it so that if you are really curious about something, no matter how odd and specialized, you can find out everything that is presently known by human beings on that subject. And then you have a global ecosystem of mind that is capable of thinking unbelievable thoughts and may already be thinking them. So it is your responsibility to shoot for that kind of an outcome, even as you are trying to figure out ways to protect the abuse of free speech from dominating the conversation. And in that regard, I strongly recommend the very sparing use of anonymity, and thus I look at anonymity the same way I look about guns. You know, guns may be a good palliative against overzealous government, and I keep a few around for that reason. But I don't use them or anonymity very much at all. Anyway, cyberspace patriotism is very simply defending the open network from the end to the end. And you guys are the people who define where that end is and what gets through it. I know that for myself, my life online is becoming extremely tedious. Really, totally dreadful because of the security measures that everybody is now taking. Maybe they're necessary, I don't know. I mean, I get my credit card changed 3 or 4 times a year because there's a suspicious charge, and they dump the number on it before I can even say, let it go. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that's going on with security that is, I mean, when I was a kid, I feared, you know, the Terminator future where the machines had become so intelligent that they achieved the power to take us over and run us. What I wasn't suspecting could be true was that the machines would take us over and run us, but they wouldn't be malevolent, they'd be incompetent. This is actually a worse nightmare, because it means that the people who are controlled by these machines, like all the nurses and doctors that had their way with me, many airline ticket agents, many stewardesses, I mean, you name it, they're at the mercy of the incompetence of these systems themselves, and I exhort you to work hard to make sure that these things actually communicate, you know, to the extent you can. And this means thinking a lot more about UIs than you're probably inclined to. But I think you are a very encouraging subset of a group that I have enormous faith in. I mean, I remember the first DEF CONs. And this feels more like that. And I wish you Godspeed, and I wish you benign judgment in the things that you do. Because whether the future is open or closed, and whether or not we convey to humanity the right to know, is in your hands. Thanks.
I love you and I love you and I